And welcome along and welcome back to the old farm countryside. Today what we're going to be doing is field 35. We've got it fertilized. We've got our first stage fertilizing seed. We missed a little bit, so we might have to catch that up. But what it is done is full of weeds. So we're going to herbicide this. We're going to get some herbicide on field 35 to start with. Then we're going to get some fertilizer on it as well. We've got 4,200 left over from last time, and we've got that contract waiting to finish. What I want to do first, though, is we need to get this moved. So our Lamborghini, it costs us a lot of money. If we go into our stuff here and into our garage, we can see it is a leased item. Now that we've got the harvest coming, we don't actually really need it, and I'd quite like to replace it. I can't see from here what our daily cost is, so let's just pop out to the tractors and have a look at that. I think it's under the medium tractors. Yeah, there it is. So our lease cost for that per day is 825, and operating per hour is 1,732. It's quite expensive for that. So we are going to get it out of here. We're going to get these tools off it, and then return that as our first thing that we need to do. And hopefully, where we should be at the end of today is with our field fertilized, field 35. Or extended to field 35, fully fertilised. And with that done, we should then be in a position where we're able to go on to the harvest next time. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Whoop. I'm trying to get us into a position where we're able to get our crop harvested. So I'm going to park this in the far end of this shed here. And hopefully that will be a good place for it. So front is on there, lower it down and disconnect it. Oh, we need to disconnect the hoses first. So there we go, and disconnect that. And then we'll reverse this out and we'll put our seeder in the other way round. Now I wonder if we could get a planter that would hook up to that front seed box as well. That would be pretty cool. But at the moment, we're just, well, we'll see where we go. So let's lower this down, disconnect it off, and away we go. So we'll just pull this forward a little bit so it's out of the way, and then into the shop, into our garage, and return this. Yes. Okay, so that's perfect. We do have several other pieces of leased equipment, not least of which our combine. That does cost quite a bit. We're not returning that yet, of course, because we need to get that going. What we are going to do is switch across. We need to get the Manitou out of there. Switch across to this and get this. Oh, actually, while we're at it, let's get this home. Leaving this here is an incredibly bad idea. The shop will close and we won't be able to get our Manitou out. So our best bet is to get that home. I don't think we have any equipment left here. No, it is just this. So we'll get this home, and once we got this home and back where it should be, what we can do is get ourselves working on the sprayer, I think. Manitou's back at the farmyard now, and we'll get this parked in our shed over here. And I do like the way that our farmyard extends into here. It's really, that's really quite neat. I'm quite pleased with the farmyard we've created on here. And there we go. So we can then line this up here like so. And we'll turn this off. And that is then that job done. Let's run over here, jump in the fabric. And yeah, this is ready to get spraying this. I'm quite happy with this. We should be able to track our the way we're killing the weeds by where they are. Now I could run this on a course play course, and would quite like to, but I think we need to do a bit of it ourselves. So we'll deactivate that. Now we'll lift this up. Suddenly we're going to be spraying twice today because this stuff is nearly ready to harvest. So yeah, we've got to get this sprayed on here. And as I was saying last time, seeing as we've just fertilized this, we're using a little trick. that exists in Farm Sim, especially in the base game. I don't think it's something you need so much with seasons, but as we're not using seasons on here, what we've got is we're doing this by we sprayed fertilizer. We're now spraying herbicide and killing off the weeds. But what this will do, this will also reset the fertilizer state. So what we're able to do is, in a single growth stage, we can do both stages of fertilizing as long as we have the herbicide in the middle of it, which is really, really useful, especially if we are in a situation like we are now, where we're right at the last stage. We've got limited time left. I mean, this is why we're running at 1 times to get this done, to get this in here, and to get this sprayed. And then we're able to go and get that last stage of fertilization done as well, which is really, really useful to us here. Means that we're going to get a good load of oats off it. Now, oats is something that we're not going to be using the oats itself for us. We're going to probably sell them off, I think. But what we are going to do is we're going to bale up the straw. We want to bale up the straw from the oats. So we should make a decent amount of money from the oats and the soybeans. And that should allow us to move our farm forward. I'm hoping it's going to allow us to repay some of the loan. I don't think in this series we're actually going to make it to the animals. I would like to have done that. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line under this, actually for the second time, when it comes to the end of the harvest. I'm happy that we've got a really good start on here. So yeah, this is a really good basis. I think moving forward we would see some animals introduced. We'd probably introduce, I don't know, I think really on the base game, cows are probably the best way to go. Especially with 2 fields, we'd be able to produce the stuff we want, especially with the grass as well. Let's clear that tree. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think cows would be the best way to go on here, and would therefore put in maybe actually chickens as well. You get enough chickens in the game, and you can make a decent amount of money with them. So yeah, I think that would be a good way to go. That is the headland done. So now we're going to start going up and down the field. Of course, no GPS on this tractor. We were saving money, and it's a little bit older, so yeah, no GPS on here. Decent tractor. We do want, though, to try and keep this at as straight as possible, so that's what we're going to do, and we use the compass to do that. So as we've been doing where we've not had GPS in the past, we try and keep straight on the compass, and that way we create some nice lines. It does make it a bit more interesting though when we're trying to pick our next route, but that's all good. So again, 180 is where we want to be here, and I think we are, oh, we're not quite far enough over. Either that or we didn't use it last time. There we go. So 180 is about there, and yeah, it's on the edge. So that's good. Oh, it's really good. I'm liking this tractor. I've liked this tractor the whole way through this series. It's been a really versatile, really useful tractor for us. So I'm going to be sad, I think, to see it go. We are using a similar one on Oakfield Farm at the moment in that series, on our live streams, on our realism experiment live streams. That does, it's a smaller one that does is similarly as good. So yeah, if you're a fan of this Fent, I would say that's a good place to go and check out a very similar one in another series that I'm doing. It's very, very cool. So we've got the little dog leg done. We're going to head up to the top end of the field, turn around, and continue down here So not too much more to get this finished now. And then once we've done that, we're going to reload this up. And then we're going to set this off on off with course play and getting this field sprayed with fertilizer again. Which will be great for us, which will work really well. And mean that when we come to harvest this next time, it will be brilliant. In the meantime, I think we might see if we can pick. Well, we can't actually do anything because we have returned our other tractor, but we do have a tractor sitting around that we could use for something at the moment. We've got the Valtra S series. It's left over from our currently open job. So yeah, maybe we can go and use that and earn ourselves a little bit of cash somewhere. So we're clearing up a small or a thin track of weeds running down the edge of the field here now, and getting those done and finished off. Unfortunately, I've had a look at the contracts. There's not really any available contracts, and while we've got some mission stuff, or we're catching some of those there. While we got some mission stuff, mission equipment, we can't use it on our grass. So I'd love to make some silage bales, but unfortunately, we can't use that on what remains of field 34 either. So that's slightly annoying. We are going to go and unload this herbicide now, and get this switched over, and get this going on course play. So that's all good. Looking in here, we have got a bit of fertilizer here, and this may in fact be enough for us to complete this field. Looking at this, we've got 45% from us doing the spraying, which is always that little bit inefficient. So we'll back this up here and we'll unload that. I bet that has unloaded that the other side of that wall, which will be just that little bit annoying. Yeah, there it is. So somehow we've got to extract that from there. I've got an idea. I think what we'll do is we'll load this up with fertilizer, get it going, and then we'll extract that herbicide from the other side of that wall using our telehandler, which would be quite useful. The other thing we could do is we probably, I don't know if we have a flatbed somewhere. If we do, then I've got an idea of something we can do. We can go and do a transport mission if we're able. So that's filled up with liquid fertilizer. What I'm going to do is just going to top that up a little bit. So we know we used about 55% fertilizer. So just, whoa, that went up really quick. So yeah, we didn't need that much. That should easily be enough. Let's load up. We've got field 35 spraying. Load that up. We can see the start point for that over here. So start point is this way, I think. Yep, there's our start point. Drive car, first waypoint, drive course, and we'll keep an eye on that and make sure that it is fertilizing. So that's going to unfold, knocking our crops out of the way as it does. There we go. I'd like that to lift out of there a little bit, so let's just stop that. No, current waypoint, and let's just lift that a little bit out of there and drive course. There we go. So that is off and doing that. We're going to switch over to our Manitou. Right, there you are. Right, what we don't have on here is, I don't think we have a set of forks. So that may have been a wise thing to have picked up from the shop at the time. I don't think we have anything over here. We must have some forks or something over this way. Do we own any forks? I don't think we do, you know. I think we may actually be devoid of forks. So this is the rented stuff. Nothing in the least. Let's have a look at the owned items. Nothing in the owned items either. So yeah, we do need to go and get a set of forks. So it's back up to the shop with this. Grab a set of forks, and then we'll be able to move our pallet back to where it should be. We're going a bit like a yo-yo in this Manitou today. Here we are, back down at the shop with the Manitou. And while I was driving down here, I was just thinking of what I was saying a minute ago. We want to try and do a transport mission, I think. It's going to be the easiest for us to do. Everything else is either cultivating or ploughing or baling. You know, is stuff that we can't easily do. A transport mission will easily offset our use of this Manitou today. So there's a transport mission there, and just looking through the list, I think there is just the one. So there is just the one transport mission. So since we've got to get a set of forks anyway, we'll accept this contract. We'll go back, and we will then purchase ourselves the cheapest trailer we can get our hands on. And we're not going to buy it. We're going to rent it, because a small trailer should be fairly inexpensive. Now that there is pretty expensive actually for what it is. I don't know what else we got. We got the DB6, which is fairly cheap. The SZK 802, that's pretty cheap at 8,000. Do we have anything else that we could hitch onto this that would be that cheap? No. I quite, considering that this is that bale trailer setup there would probably be pretty good for us. Although the thing I don't like is that we can't take the back off of this, so we can only have a full capacity like that or like that. Which is quite, yeah. And we can have a cover on or off that. But, so that's like that. And the reason why I haven't gone for that in the past is because I can't get rid of that other bit. This trailer here, though, this, we can just have it without the back. I think, yeah, it does it like that. So it's pretty good configuration for us. Should work fairly well. To lease it is 408. So I think we should lease that. Like so, and similarly, I think we need to get ourselves for the telehandler a pallet fork. So that's 1,200. Again, I'm not really interested in buying that. I think what we should do is we should lease that as well. That is 61 to lease it. Absolutely. Just gonna go back and double check. We definitely don't have one of those. So let's lease that as well, and that then puts us in a position where we can do this transport mission. So we'll hook up the front to this, and it looks like our pickup points and our drop off points are down the far end. So will that hook? There we go, that'll hook there. Nice thing with manual attach is that you don't need to manually attach the front loader tools or the other tool, telehandler tools in this case. Now we can, I'm looking in that mirror below and just seeing if I can see the trailer come into view. Oh, there's something. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. How close are we? We're not close enough. Not at all. Okay, that is really close. Yeah, there we go. So we can connect that up. It had its pipes and things connected up, so that all is good. So we're gonna push those downwards, and then we want to see on the map where we're going. So we are going from, we're not going from the haystack. Where are we going from? We're going from the carpentry to the sale of sugarcane, I think. Let's just double check. Yeah, from the carpentry to the sugarcane. So that's all good. Let's head over there and go and see what it is we have to load up. I think if this start from scratch has taught me one thing, it's how necessary the contracts are to this style of gameplay. It's one of those things where we could not get through this if we weren't doing contract work. It just means that all the time we're earning money, all the time we're trying to get money in. And I think it just works really well from that point of view. It means that we can still make money. It means that we're never quite completely in trouble. We know that we can contract our way out of it. Even borrowing as many things as we have, I think we want to turn it down here. Carpentaria. Yep. So it's over this. Of course, what it is the sawmill. So we should be... Are we going... Yeah, we are going into here. I do love where this is nestled. This is just nestled in such a wonderful little place out the back here. And there are... Oh, wow. That's a lot of stuff that we're picking up from here. So we'll put our trailer around from here. So not the biggest of trailers that we've got on this. But hopefully this should work. So unhook those, unhook that. We want to turn our indicator off. Lower that down. And yeah, we are going to have to use every bit of space we've got on here. Because this is quite a lot of stuff that we need to fit on our trailer. I'm not previously been a massive fan of these. I think there's, of course, the big news that happened this week while I was not about was that the Class DLC got a massive amount more information dumped on it about it from Gamescom, including a whole load of telehandlers and front loader stuff, which is really cool to see. So we've got the we know that we're now getting the Scorpion. Wait, not there. We know we're getting the Class Scorpion. We know that we're getting, but we also know that we're getting a front loader, a much smaller, 2 smaller Taurions actually, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff being being increased. The amount of stuff that we have in those categories. That's really quite good. And really quite cool. This is a lot of stuff that we have to fit. This is a lot of stuff for this type of mission. We are, I'm not sure we're going to be able to fit these side by side on here. We will see in a moment. I'm hoping we can. Maybe we can. It's going to be a little bit of overlap. But I want to get this all done in one go. So there, please. Off you come. No. Oh. These types of pallets don't always behave as they should. So just nudge that on there. That's not quite as nice as I'd like that to be. So I'm going to nudge this from the other side carefully. Just to push that back on a little bit. And then we'll strap these down before we put the other 2 on. So, yeah. Wait. Oh, I think we've gone too far the other way now. If we have... Oh, yeah, we have. Absolutely. This is a delicate, delicate job. Very delicate job. There we go. That should do it. I hope. How's that? Yeah, and yeah, that's enough overlap on each side. So we'll just strap that down. Okay, that one isn't strapping anything, so that's good. I'm just going to pop back over to this here, stop this, and get it off the field. We're back down where we started. That's good. And that will do it. So let's get this back into the yard. And then we can continue on with our transport mission and get that completed and done and dusted. But if we put this away... actually, I'm going to put this away over here. Drop this into here. And we'll worry about the cleanup of the excess herbicide later. Down. Disconnect that, disconnect those, disconnect that, and we can go and put this in our shed. We actually have one too many weight triangles and weights now. I can't remember if we bought the one for the Lamborghini, but yeah, we don't need it anymore really. It's sitting, well, we actually got the one for the Lamborghini on the front of this, but yeah, we don't really need it anymore. So there we go, that's that done. We'll head back over here start this up, get our last 2 bits from here hooked up. I do like these. Despite the fact that they don't pay very well, I do really quite like these transport missions. It challenges me a little bit with my forklift skills, like, especially with how annoying these pallets can be. As I was saying before, they can get a little bit finicky to get on here. And down, and we know the kind of overlap we want to have. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, they are just a pain to get off the forks. There we go. They don't quite work like the normal pallets, like the normal bits and pieces do. They have this little bit of oddity to them. Right, and that. Ooh, come on. And done. Again, we're going to use this to push this other pallet on and hopefully get this one off. That is where we want it. Well, that's where we want the other one. This one, that is way too far to the back. So down and on, and again. How do you get this off here without causing a problem? Like, oh no, almost. That was annoying. That came off really nicely, and then just had a problem. It caught the forks right at the end. So we need to try and turn this over now without knocking the other one off. So what I'm going to do is going to jump out of here. I'm just going to jump up here on here and just get that one down, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pull this backwards and try and have a go with it again. So this is not a great way to be handling somebody's transported goods, to be honest. Thankfully, I don't think they'll ever see this video. Right, and in and up. Yeah, and that is why we strapped that one down, because those would have gone flying had we not had that all strapped down on that trailer when we hit it just then. And there we go. And we can use the other one to push up against it before we redo the straps. Let's see if we can push this end on. There we go. That will do. That should be able, we should be able to get them to the other side now. There we are. That is sort of strapped on. Yeah, we've got straps all around that. Right, let's go and get this to its destination. And what we can do then is collect our money. I kind of wish damage almost was a thing with these. It would mean that you have to be that little bit more careful. Come on, hook those up, please. Oh, why can't I hook up my cables? There we go. Cables all hooked up. Let's go and get this to its destination. Just trying to find the location for our drop-off at the moment. I think it's over here somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's... How do you get to that? Back up and this way. I've overshot is what's happened. I should have taken the earlier turning and didn't, but in the right place now. We're going to drop these off at this location here. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Not exactly sure. Oh, this is the sugar sales, isn't it? That's what we discovered. And there is where we want to drop this stuff off. So let's bring this around here. Looks like we can sell manure here as well, maybe. I need to give myself enough space, though, to unload these. And if I knock them off, which is very likely to happen at the moment, actually be able to pick them up again. So let's unlock these. So we'll unlock the front two first. Try and get these unloaded. It always slightly worries me. There we go. And in. Nope. Too high. Oh, it's quite difficult sometimes to try and really work it out. And I'm being a little bit hard. I don't know if you guys can see it. Guys can hear it, sorry. But I'm trying to be a little less hard on my gear knobs because I guess that the mic is picking that noise up. We're about to push these off the other side. I do not want to do that. Okay. No, they have gone. We've pushed the other block off the other side. That's annoying. So we have to be a little bit careful with the other one. Could almost just push them off into the thing, but that wouldn't have been overly realistic. That wouldn't have been taking care of the owner's stuff. Not that we've done that very well, I think, with this transport mission. But we have got at least one block unloaded. I'm not 100% sure what to name this video. A lot of it we've spent doing this transport mission and basically making a mess of it. We'll complete it. We should complete it fine. But I don't think I'd be very happy to receive, any of this in this state. But yeah, I'm just hoping there's nothing breakable in these boxes, because if there is, we've broken it. There we go. Maybe it's all nicely padded and it doesn't matter that it's been upside down. Right, one more box to get off the trailer. I'm going to extend the boom a little bit for this because that will make it easy to get off. It's sitting on an angle on there, so the chance that we're going to knock this off is actually fairly high. Let's position ourselves above so that we can see what we're doing. And then, yeah, we only need to get the tines in a little bit. And then, actually, that's not too bad. Although, I see why. We've still got it strapped. There we go. That's why we had a problem. So lucky that we didn't, didn't have an issue getting the last one off in the end. But we do have one that is on its top over the other side of the trailer. That's not the one that we had on its top at our pickup. So yeah, that's not good. What I'm going to do is, no, extending the boom won't help us. What we have to do is pull the trailer out of the way, I think. So pull the boom in. And verse up. There we go. I'll hook this back up. Hook all of those up. And then we can just move the trailer out of the way so that we can get this sorted. Disconnect those. Yeah, and unfortunately, as I said, it is upside down. I wonder if we can deliver it upside down. Let's see if it has an issue with that. They won't need to see that video to see how this video to see how we've treated it now, because they will just get to pick it up upside down. There we go. Yeah, we'll do this delivery upside down. So, now are they happy with it? Are they happy with the delivery even? Transport is finished. So, yeah, we have completed that. So let's collect the money from that. That is good. We've got that. There we are. That's all completed. So, yeah, that's all done and dusted. There we go. It's not been the most... Well, it has been a pretty successful transport. We are going to be on to the harvest next time. We are fully fertilized and fully weeded now. So the long-awaited harvest is upon us. We'll be moving on to the next game day. We can complete that silage bale contract we've got as well. And yeah, so that's all good news. But that is where we're going to leave it today. So for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.